Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good afternoon. Welcome into this another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard, and we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn plays Vanderbilt tonight in the home opener of the SEC conference season. Vanderbilt coming in at 8-5. A little bit kind of a struggle. This will actually be their home conference opener as they did not play last week when most of everybody else in the SEC got started. It's an interesting matchup. They got some talent on this Vanderbilt team. Got a new coach, of course, Jerry Stackhouse. Played at North Carolina and was considered kind of a rising star in the NBA circles. Bruce Pearl had a lot of high praise for him in his kind of prelims, talking about this game a little bit. We'll break down that a little bit. That one, of course, tonight at 8 o'clock. On the SEC Network.
I got a Jerry Stackhouse jersey.
You got a Jerry Stackhouse jersey?
Yeah, when I was younger in North Carolina.
Oh, you big Tar Heel fan. Yeah, of course. Auburn in the market for an assistant football coach. We wondered maybe there were not going to be any changes made to the Auburn football staff after signing day, after the end of the season. It had been very quiet, and then all of a sudden, last night it begins to break. Jason Caldwell, I think, coming out with some news that offensive line coach at Auburn University, J.B. Grimes, moving on. And got some information today, this morning. He was not forced out. This is coming from people close to the program. He was not forced out. He was not asked to leave. He turned down 2 Power 5 jobs recently, but has decided just to move on from Auburn. Take that for what you will. Don't know what that adds to it or not. That is very interesting, in my opinion. But as always, a lot of candidates, a lot of names have emerged about where Auburn will go with this search. We'll talk about that a little bit. Love to get your thoughts on that. Where should Auburn go in this direction? Offensive line has been a liability the last couple of years. I don't think there's anybody that can say anything different about that. If you go back to Gus Malzahn's pattern, he loves guys with Auburn ties, former players, things like that. Will that play into this? How big of a say will Chad Morris have in this as your offensive coordinator? Is Chad Morris leading the search, or is it Gus Malzahn?
You kidding?
Hey, I mean, these are questions that need to be asked. So. We'll talk about that. We'll would love to get your thoughts as always. Keep the comments rolling through. Thanks to President Trump today. The press conference originally scheduled for noon, but we were in negotiations with the White House. They agreed to bump that up a little bit, so as not to preempt the Auburn Blitz. We appreciate it.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Well, he's willing to work with us.
Absolutely.
He knew it was important.
Of course. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center, with 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply needs, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center. Also, Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Eric's been in business for over 20 years, know that business backwards and forwards. He and his team are always looking out for your best interest. So give them a call today, 256-397-0248. That's 256-397-0248. They are saving people money each and every day. So you definitely need to give them a call. Brett, we'll get to a basketball in a couple of segments, but just initially, J.B. Grimes leaving Auburn. What's your take on that?
Whether it was forced out or not, I think they need to make a change. Offensive line just hasn't been good. They haven't, it's been the problem for this offense for a while. And I know he came back in, and Auburn's kind of been through a carousel of offensive line coaches, and I see some comments here from Some people coming in already. Patrick says Ryan Pugh or Jeff Grimes. Isn't Jeff Grimes offensive coordinator somewhere?
I believe he was at UAB as the offensive coordinator, last I heard, but I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So anyway.
Ryan Pugh also an offensive coordinator at Troy.
That's right. Would they go backwards for a offensive line coach job? I mean, it would pay more, obviously, from where they are. But I don't know who they get, man. I'm telling you, it's a toss-up. To answer your question bluntly, just a minute ago, no, Chad Morris won't have any say in it, and no, he ain't leading the search because Gus Malzahn ain't that kind of person. He is a micromanager. He makes all the decisions. It's very clear and evident. We had this discussion yesterday. I asked Randy at the end of the show, give me your way too early prediction, and just like everybody else feels, you go into the season thinking 3 losses on the board: LSU, Georgia, and Alabama, and then if you drop the baton somewhere else, that's the 4th loss. And if you go on to play a bowl game and you play somebody other than a 6-6 Purdue team or a mediocre Memphis team in a Birmingham Bowl, you probably lose that one. We are a 4 to 5 loss team with him. It don't matter who the coaches are. It don't matter who the players are. The recruiting's been great. You don't see players in the right role. They don't get the ball enough. That's all on the coaches. And the offensive line's been putrid. I'm not trying to go down a negative tone here, but I'm just being realistic. All of this stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter unless Gus Malzahn decides he wants to change what he does. And if he doesn't change, we're going to be a 4 or 5 loss team every year. Auburn fans just need to take that for what it's worth and roll with it. If he's shown glimpses, 17 and 13, he can do it, but he had to have a really special player in both of those years. Nick Marshall in 13 had Kerryon Johnson in 17. Outside of that, everything else has been mediocre.
What does he need to change?
Himself. He needs to change himself. This doesn't go any further than the man at the top. He dictates what all goes on. It goes back to your question. Who's leading this search? You know who's leading the search, Andy. You know he's the one going to make the decisions. He's going to make the call on everything. He doesn't listen to what everybody else is telling him. He may just take it in for, just for the sake of giving them a voice, but what he actually does with that, he's going to make the ultimate decision. You said it last night. You've seen him give offensive play calling duties to multiple guys and then take it back. I mean, how many times you got to go up and down the same road and expect a different result? Do you feel any different? No. Randy and I feel like we're a 4 or 5 loss team going into next year, and we ain't even snapped one football. We ain't gotten to spring practice. We ain't gotten into fall camp. We're a 4 or 5 loss team unless something changes with Gus Malzahn and the way he approaches that team.
6 straight years of 4 losses or more, that's not a trend. That's an expectation now. So, yeah.
No, it is a trend.
Exactly right.
It's just a bad trend.
Yeah. We'll see what happens in the coming days.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I go back to all these discussions we have about coaches and players and elements of every different things of the program, but we have been good in all those areas. We've gotten better in certain areas on defense and all, but I know that kind of went downhill the last 2 games, but we've gotten better in certain areas. We recruit well, but the results don't equal all the other stuff that goes into baking the cake. You put all these good ingredients together and you still come out with a cake that don't taste very good. And so it starts with the guy. It starts with the chef, the baker, the Gus Malzahn at the top. And I just don't see him getting any better, man.
Let's say we hire somebody with an Arkansas tie here as an offensive line coach that has worked with Chad Morris. Does that give you some kind of positive feeling that, hey, okay, he's listened to Chad Morris? And Chad Morris, obviously, this is a guy that he trusts and he wants and he feels like is a good offensive line coach. Does that make you feel better? Or worse, that we take somebody from a team that went 4-20?
I don't know.
Or he was with him at SMU.
Yeah.
Who got better and better.
Yeah.
That team got better and better.
Again, it goes back to me saying the same thing over and over. I don't know what to expect other than what I've seen. And what I expect, based off what I've seen, is a 4 or 5 loss team. No matter how good we recruit, no matter who the coaches are, no matter what we do, he's going to run the same offense. And we're going to struggle against the top opponents on the schedule. It's just a given. The LSU's, we've blown 2 huge leads against LSU 2 prior years. We were better than them this year at their place and didn't win. Lost by 3, tied up at 10. Georgia, nobody understands why Georgia does what they do to us. They come in and are up 21-0 going into the fourth quarter. You beat Alabama, that's kind of the anomaly. He has success against Nick Saban for whatever reason and for however he's able to do it. But against the Floridas and the Wisconsins and the Florida States and the Georgias and the Alabamas and the Clemsons and all that, our offense struggles, man. It struggles because he is in control of that offense. And he keeps doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. And you just ain't getting a different result.
Did not break 290 yards in the 4 losses.
I mean,
in this day and age,
it's a pattern, man. And he sits up there at a press conference after the bowl game and acts like nothing's wrong. Acts like, well, we're the 4th best offense in the conference. I don't know what everybody's such in arms about. He refuses to see the real picture. And when you got somebody that's that stubborn, man, what do you do other than part ways eventually?
Well, that's the tone we've set today. Only Auburn Blitz. But we'll be back with more right after these messages.
Take the tone.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Hillby Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious 1-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best kept secret, 256-329-0552, for your family at Hillby Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Alex City Marines, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, and the Yerkes invite you by to see what they have available today. The 2020 Manitous and Landaus are in, and boy, are they gorgeous. Also, some great deals on demos. Take advantage of that while they last. Alex City Marine also is doing shrink wrapping, storage. Get in line now. In fact, call this number, 256-215-FISH. Alex City Marine, Alex City.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Start the new year off with something new during the Start Something New sales event at Bice Motors. Lease a 2019 Dodge Challenger SXT for $319 a month with 0 down. 2020 Ram Bighorn Crew Cab for $349 a month. 2020 Jeep Gladiator for $329 a month. And to honor our first responders, get an additional $500 rebate.
Come see us in Alex City.
Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 45 more minutes in today's show. Of course, opening the show talking about J.B. Grimes out as offensive line coach at Auburn. This was his second stint, only lasted 2 years this time. He came over from Arkansas State with Gus Malzahn in the very beginning. Left to go to Cincinnati. Auburn brought in Herb Hand. That lasted 2 years and didn't really work that well. J.B. Grimes comes back. It lasts 2 more years. Really 2 unproductive offensive lines, and now he is gone. Apparently leaving of his own will and own decision, not being forced out, not even being asked to leave. But that's at least
Are you glad he's gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Auburn that's been and recruiting has been the biggest problem.
He's not a very good recruiter.
That would appear so.
Well, and Jason Caldwell, who is as mild-mannered as anybody on this show, last year voiced his frustration on this program about the way Auburn approached offensive line recruiting, and it's why Auburn's in the situation they're in right now. You don't pay immediately; you pay down the road, and he was not good at recruiting. Some comments coming in. Patrick said, of course, we talked about it. Ryan Pugh or Jeff Grimes, maybe a possibility.
Both OCs. That would be.
I just don't know. Yeah. Randy said, "You fellas know if Auburn's trying to get a punter." I mean,
Aaron Sipos declares for the NFL draft. I'm not sure a lot of people saw that one coming.
But why do they keep doing this?
I get him a little bit. I mean, he's an older guy. He was an Australian rules.
No, I'm not talking about leaving. I'm talking about coming out and declare. Who cares? Just go.
Well,
I mean, you got to go out and say I'm declaring for the NFL. He's a punter too.
But I mean, he sends a message. You know, they want to send and say thank you to the people and all that.
Okay, I mean, just say thank you. I'm leaving. That's great. What about Coach Dubose from Central leaving for a job in Georgia now? Wow.
Surprising, yes.
That's what Greg puts up there. Jamie says, bye-bye, JB. He's not going to miss him. Mark says, comments on Auburn Blitz convinced him to leave. Tal Morrison gets my vote. Tuck says he needs to let Chad Morris run this thing. I mean, no kidding. That's what we talked about, but we all kind of have the same general feeling that he's not going to. He just don't have it in him to cut the reins, you know, and let somebody else go with it. Patrick says, I wonder how JB leaving will affect Auburn getting Broderick Jones. Broderick Jones, the big 5-star offensive tackle in the state of Georgia, who said it's now 50-50 between Auburn and Georgia. Will that have an effect? I don't know that it will or not. Tuck says 0 effect, I think. Patrick said 8-4 in 2020. I mean, it's the general consensus, Andy. I mean, I don't think it's us being negative up here. If you know, we're realistic. You know, we had high hopes for the 17 season. We had high hopes this year. And even though it was a freshman quarterback, we were in a lot of games. And I know we played LSU better than anybody, but, you know, you don't get credit for getting close. At some point in time, that's got to translate into wins. And his record against the top tier opponents every year on the schedule is not very good.
No. Not very good at all. I mean, obviously against LSU and Georgia, he's 50-50 against Alabama basically at best, 3-4 in those contests. So, yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. Any leader of anything that is not willing to change their self will lose. The blame game is on their head. It's all about good choices.
Jamie's exactly right. If you're not willing to look in the mirror and see the error of your own ways and you think everything that you do is perfect and you're going to stick with it regardless, then you are going to lose. I mean, credit Nick Saban for doing what he's done over the years and saying, I've got to change my style or I'm going to get left behind and I'm going to start losing 3 or 4 games a year. So he changed his philosophy on offense, hired some guys he probably didn't really want to hire that didn't mesh very well with his personality. But he understood what he had to do to come in and recruit the kind of players he needed to win, and he did.
Obviously, Patrick's a big fan of Jeff Grimes. He thinks he's the best offensive line coach we've had. I thought he did a pretty good job. He had a very different style, if I remember right. You know, J.B. Grimes was a guy that he said, you're going to do it my way. This is the right way to do it, and this is the only way to do it. Yeah. And Jeff Grimes was more of, any way you can get it done that works is okay with me.
Yeah.
You know, the fundamentals are pretty much, you know, there, but he said if you want to have a little bit different, you know, and do it your way, this way, and it works, he's all for it. And you know, that's probably kids probably respond a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
I know we had a little bit more talent back then under his tenure when Gene Chizik was there, but
yeah.
I thought he was a good coach for sure. Anyway, how about Steve Sarkisian becoming a name now maybe at Mississippi State? That him and Todd Grantham apparently are the 2 leading candidates now.
And Tim said if Sarkisian doesn't throw the ball on 1st and goal, that interception for TD was a 14-point swing difference in the game.
Oh, there's no question about that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And speaking of him, that was kind of ironic. You brought him up, and Tim had that comment. Patrick said he's the reason why we were able to run the ball in 13 and 14 because of his high level of recruiting, talking about Jeff Grimes.
Yeah.
Is it a requirement that we hire a guy named Grimes to coach our offensive line? But anyway, I do think he was probably the best we've had. Herb Hand wasn't.
No. Herb Hand may have been the worst.
Boy, his stats got worse everywhere he went.
And look at Texas
I'll never forget it when you printed all that off, and everywhere he went, it got worse.
And
he kept going up the level in jobs.
It's like he's had under his tutelage, it's like the most tackles for loss ever. In the last 4 times or something.
Sacks.
It just unbelievable.
It's not good.
And look at Texas; they can't run the ball. That's where he is now, isn't it?
Exactly where
he
is.
It's not a coincidence.
Didn't we all make fun when he left to go to Texas? We said, thank you, Texas. I mean, good luck with this one.
And look, if I see Stacy Searles' name on another, I mean, stop with that, please. He's had 14 chances to come to Auburn. He ain't coming to Auburn.
He is not coming to Auburn. He has decided that is not where he wants to return.
Stop with that, please. No Stacy Searles, please.
And this will be the time they get him hired.
But Ryan Pugh, how about Kendall Simmons? He's an Auburn analyst. Do you think that's if they promote from within, are you disappointed that Kendall Simmons gets the job?
He don't have a resume. Coach.
He does not, no.
So I don't know what he can do.
He was a good NFL offensive lineman.
I know.
Yeah. Up against the break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry, and we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, their compact equipment provider.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security.
Let's talk soon.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 30 more minutes in today's show. We've been talking about Auburn's need now for an offensive line coach. Who will that be? I'll just throw out some names, and then we'll kind of move on. We'd love to get your thoughts on that. If you got, obviously, Jeff Grimes' name that's already been mentioned today by a lot of people. Ryan Pugh is a natural fit, a guy that played at Auburn, guy who's a graduate assistant at Auburn, has moved on to Troy now. He has been promoted to offensive coordinator under Chip Lindsey, though, so that would kind of be a step back. You figure he probably kind of want to call plays at the next place that he goes to, but I think Jeff Grimes is an OC now too as well. So we'll see how that pans out. Dustin Fry is a former Arkansas offensive line coach. He was with Chad Morris at SMU and Arkansas. So look there again. If Dustin Fry is hired, there's no question that Chad Morris had a big influence on this. Now,
you're probably right there.
Now, I mean, is that a good thing, though? We hire him? I don't know. He did help SMU to have, a 1,000-yard rusher, threw for over 3,000 yards, ran for over 2,000 yards as a team. So, doing it at SMU, what does that mean? I don't know. But I'm sure. I mean, clearly he was at Clemson as well. I think as a grad assistant. That's the connection with Chad Morris when he was there then too. Harry Highstand he was a former Chicago Bears offensive lineman. This is an odd one that was thrown out there, but apparently one of the more accomplished offensive linemen. Been in the NFL for years. Has got a long string of guys that he has coached that have gone on to be Pro Bowl type offensive linemen, but it just seems way out of character for Gus Malzahn to go to the NFL to hire somebody.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Where did that name come from?
Came from 24/7 Sports. I don't know where they came up with that one, but
they got a reason for it somehow.
Yeah. Kendall Simmons, we mentioned, he's on the Auburn staff as an Auburn analyst. Played at Auburn, of course, was an all-SEC type player. Won a couple of Super Bowls with Pittsburgh. That would be.
He was on my intramural softball team.
Was he really?
He was. And he either struck out or hit it 800 miles.
I would see that.
So he didn't have to run very far. He just kind of jogged.
Just walk back to the dugout.
But when he hit one, if he ever hit a line drive at whoever was pitching, or even third base, ooh.
Yeah, that would be a. Yeah.
But he just, I'm talking about the sheer strength of Kendall Simmons. Good guy, man. Really good guy. Good player. Good Auburn person. I mean, yeah, you could do a lot worse.
Yeah. Again, Chris Kaplovic. He was actually interviewed, I think, when Auburn was looking for an offensive line coach in 2007. He is out there in Colorado with Mel Tucker, but he was on the North Carolina staff with Larry Fedora was there. They, of course, ran up and down the field, had a great offense until it kind of went south there the last couple of years. But those are just some names. Here's Steven Sorrells with the Saskatchewan Roughriders going into Canada. Again, he was a graduate assistant on Chad Morris's staff at SMU.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. Now, you know, recruiting plays a big part in all this.
It does.
How many of these guys are great recruiters? I'm sure you don't know that much about Steven Sorrells' recruiting ability. A lot of these guys from the NFL, they don't ever have to recruit. So, I don't know. Where do you?
I don't
what do you
know.
want to see out of it?
I don't know.
What do you want to see out of it? A guy that's a great recruiter, a guy that's a great coach, but
yeah, but that's what everybody yearns for, right?
Yeah.
And
is there somebody out there that fits that bill? That's the question.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know which direction Gus Malzahn wants to go in.
Well, circles seems to be his previous pattern.
And play calling, tilt-a-whirl, whatever it is that you want to call it. Kendall Simmons could get the nod to move up. Will Gus Malzahn get criticized for that move? Probably, because no experience.
Yeah, another yes man.
I mean, that's exactly, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, that's what everybody in the media is going to say. They're going to say, well, he couldn't go out and get a real offensive line coach. Nobody wants to come play under. Nobody coach under. So, I mean, can Kendall Simmons recruit? Yeah, I'm sure he can. He's got a name. Most everybody knows who he is. He's got that good rapport. I don't know what he can do coaching, Andy. I mean, I repeat what I said earlier. He does not have a resume.
No.
So we don't know yet.
High stand would be my pick, says Donald, but not sure about his recruiting ability. Malzahn has 2 years at most. He better get it right, even if the money comes out of his own pocket. We better have a good recruiter going against Matt Luke. Will be tough. Matt Luke now at Georgia. Of course, hey, look, they had Sam Pittman, and he was, I mean, I don't think much has changed at Georgia.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing I noticed about Matt Luke on the sideline in the Sugar Bowl, man, he gets after it. Well, he had a lot of fire and up and down and, you know, a lot of energy and, you know, obviously highly sought after, highly touted as an offensive line coach. And, you know, losing that job at Ole Miss, probably his alma mater, left a bad taste in his mouth, but gets employment somewhere else with a better program, obviously. So he understands kind of what his role is. But, yeah, he's a good recruiter, man. He was able to pull in some good players to Ole Miss. Right now, the state of Mississippi is in just disarray. I mean, obviously Ole Miss has Lane Kiffin, but Mississippi State is they're in a bind, man.
Well, it's much like the Tennessee job a couple of years ago. You know, nobody seems to want it. And they keep getting, you know, every time they think they've got somebody. I mean, you go out and you figure.
Well, do you feel good about
who's going to figure the Giants are going to hire Joe Judge? I mean, you think you've got this lined up. You start leaking it that, oh, yeah, they're in negotiations with Joe Judge.
Then he goes
and 5 minutes later, he's been hired by the Giants.
Literally, after we talked about it yesterday, y'all commented, said, well, that's over. Joe Judge went to the Giants. Do you, flipping up to Tennessee, talking about Tennessee, you said it was comparable to that job. Do you think Jeremy Pruitt is the guy now at Tennessee? Are you impressed? They're one of the hotter teams in college football to end the season. I didn't think I'd ever say that. And if he don't lay a couple of eggs to begin the season, they win 10 games.
Yeah.
Man,
I definitely think that he has bought himself some he has really gained some leverage with the fans.
Well, he came out and said this is the decade of the Vols coming up. Just get ready.
Well, you look at their schedule coming up this year, they better make some progress, keep making progress, because they got a tough schedule next year too.
They do have a tough schedule.
I think they.
But you know, the only loss they had in that last 8 games was Alabama, and you know.
Yeah, but they were like, I mean, a lot of them could have gone.
But if Guantanamo hadn't decided to take things into his own hands, they scored a touchdown there and make it interesting.
Could be very interesting. And they almost got beat by Indiana.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, up against the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back. We'll talk about Auburn and Vanderbilt coming up tonight at the Auburn Arena.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Baden Toyota of Sylacauga.
And I'm Coco. Do you owe more on your vehicle than it's worth? Are you stuck with high interest rates? We may be able to help.
If you've made your last 12 consecutive payments on time and would like to get a new vehicle for the same or close to the same payment and save thousands of dollars in interest, you may qualify.
So come by and see us and let us show you the Baden way.
Baden Toyota of Sylacauga, located on Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Be the hostess with the mostest this holiday season at Chicken Salad Chick with our easy party catering. Need a quick appetizer? Stop by Chicken Salad Chick and grab a quick chick of any chicken salad flavor or the pimento cheese ball covered with crushed pecans and crispy bacon. Remember, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. For a limited time, our pumpkin cheesecake is back and it's delicious. Chicken Salad Chick can feed any holiday crowd with our custom fit catering. 12 flavors of chicken salad, there's sure to be something for every taste bud.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Since the dawn of time, mankind has needed tools. But not all tools are created equal. AGF Machine Rental Sales and Service has tools for all commercial construction or big residential projects. AGF Machinery offers the most durable and hardworking brands of ASV, Skyjack, and Wacker Neuson. Aerial lifts, scissor lifts, loaders, excavators, and forest equipment on demand for the best possible price. And backed by the Southeast's best team of professionals. Visit any of our strategic locations across Alabama for all your equipment needs. Or online at agfmachinery.com.
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for just about 20 more minutes in today's show. Shifting our focus away from Auburn's offensive line coach search, as J.B. Grimes has left the program. We'll see that. I'm sure it'll happen. I mean, I don't guess there's any rush. Auburn's already got the signing class in place. Still a signing day in February. But
still
you do
have
Broderick Jones coming in for a visit. You have the Brockermeyer twins coming in for a visit, an unofficial visit. That same weekend, it'd be nice to have somebody certainly in place. And Auburn will have somebody in place by then, but I would imagine this will happen in the next couple of days.
By the way, I know we're heading into basketball. Did you watch any of the Georgia-Kentucky game last night?
I did not watch a minute of it.
Tom Crean. He's something else, man. I mean,
Kentucky ends up winning, right?
Kentucky did win. They actually ended up controlling the game at the end, but Edwards and that team, they're good. I mean, he's changed the culture over there too at Georgia, and they're going to be a tough opponent here coming up soon. And they have one of the top players. I know. And then we play another top player tonight, Aaron Naismith.
Aaron Naismith leading the SEC in scoring right now. I think. 20,
well, the problem with them,
23.5 points a game.
Problem with them is they don't have anybody to go with him. At Vanderbilt, he's got a little bit of help, but
they don't have a lot of size.
They don't.
They don't. Yeah, they don't.
I mean, you got to take everybody serious in this league.
Here's the stat though. That Aaron Naismith shooting 51% from the 3-point line. From the 3-point line.
I mean, he's
shooting 52% from the floor.
He's a top 20, 25 draft pick in the mock draft. So I mean, he's a good player, and this is a horrible Vanderbilt program last year.
They have not won an SEC. I guess what they were 0-18 last year. You don't want to.
Well, then they lose like their last 2 or 3.
I can't remember how far going back to the year before. Yeah,
I mean, I think they're at like 21 or 22 losses in a row.
Don't want to give them any kind of hope in this
game. Remember, we went to Vanderbilt last year and thought, well, here we go. We're having this great year. We'll be the one because we can't win up there. It seems like we did.
No, we can't. I don't remember the last time we won it.
Well, we did. Didn't we go up there and win it last year?
Did we?
Yeah, we went up there and won because we thought we thought we were going to be the team that broke the streak. That they were going to get their first win, but we ended up winning.
Yeah, we had to if we went up there last year.
You just spaced
but
out
2-13. Auburn in the last 15. I mean, it's the same record. Look, Auburn
that
basketball.
record can be across the board.
Auburn basketball is going to have bad records against everybody.
It don't matter who it is.
But 2-13 against, I love Pearl bringing this stuff
Well, he brings it up, but Pearl's probably getting to the point like, crap, this ain't having no effect. This is the way it is against everybody. It's lost its luster.
It worked against Mississippi State. Auburn 2-17 in their last trips to Starkville. And
if we just not had some of the worst basketball.
Ugly, just very ugly.
I asked Randy yesterday, I said, what did we talk about all these years when basketball rolled around on these shows? And he said, I said, you know what it is. We talked about recruiting.
We talked about movies and music.
And anything else we could come up with, but recruiting was king, and then we couldn't wait till spring practice started so we could talk about that because we sure didn't want to talk about anything. We mentioned the score maybe.
Well, we never had anything to talk about in March because it was already over.
Well, that's right.
But Vanderbilt 4-1 in the Auburn Arena. I mean, so, hey, this team has had great success.
Don't take them lightly.
So don't – exactly, that's the point. Don't take them lightly. They did blow a 15-point lead in their last game. They were up 15 with 6.5 minutes to play and lost that game.
Against SMU?
Against SMU. Up 6 points with 36 seconds remaining.
Whew. Well, we know about being up with 17 seconds in the Final Four.
Yeah, this is true.
So don't think it can't happen.
This is a game Auburn should win. Let's just be clear about that. Auburn's number 5 team in the country. They're undefeated. They're a good basketball team. But again, nobody's taking any, and Auburn won't. I mean, being at home, the crowd will be electric, and Auburn will be into it. But this team can shoot. They shoot a lot of threes, and they make a lot of threes. So anytime you got a team that does that, they're a very dangerous team.
You know, I went to the Lipscomb game, and this isn't a cut on anybody in the stands, but it was pretty much full for the Lipscomb game, and that was on. You know, that was during the break, and it was on a Sunday, and they filled in all the area where the students sit, and there were some students there, but just general crowd. The whole arena the Life-Out Arena is in that section down there. I'm telling you, man, it was Deadsville, even packed. When we were bringing the ball down or we were on defense, it was nobody hollering, nobody doing anything. There was just zero energy in that. It was full of people, but it was just no energy in the building. It just shows you, man, the student section makes all the difference in the world because they keep that constant roar going. They keep everybody else into the game. When they're doing that, the rest of the crowd gets into the game. Everybody else is literally sitting on their hands.
That's the smartest thing they ever did about that was to put the students right there on the floor.
No doubt. They learned from Cameron. Look, the people that designed that building obviously looked at Cameron Indoor Arena and saw the design of that and how that can have an effect on the opponent.
No doubt. Scottie Pippen Jr. on the Vanderbilt team.
Yep.
Apparently did not inherit his father's height. 6'1", 170. Freshman guard. But he is averaging 11 points a game, 3 boards, 4.5 assists. So a very productive player. Again, though, not a lot of size on this Vanderbilt team. So I think it's a pretty good matchup for Auburn.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will see what happens. I think Auburn will take care of business at home.
These are the kind of games you really
if Auburn's
you got to win if you want to have a good record in the league at the end of the year.
That's right.
You got to. I mean, if you're Auburn, you got to take care of home court, but especially against a team that you feel like you're superior to.
And then you got a tough Georgia team coming in on Saturday, and then you go midweek next week to Alabama. So you got a couple tough ones coming up.
You still feel like 2-2?
I'm gonna probably side with 3-1.
I think that's probably more like 8.
I think it hinged
after that Mississippi State game.
Well, after the first 15 minutes of the Mississippi State game, I was wondering if it was gonna be 1-3.
Yeah. Up against another break here on the Auburn Blitz, but hey, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment on this Wednesday afternoon. Right after this.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there joining us today. Auburn looking for a new offensive line coach. How will that search end up? Nobody knows right now, but I would expect it to not be that big of a or that long of a search. We will see what happens, but hopefully it'll be somebody that will improve what Auburn has had over the last couple of years at that position. It has been a position group that has certainly underachieved, I think, by all estimations. Auburn bringing in a lot of offensive line recruits this season, a lot of junior college offensive line recruits. One big one still out there, Broderick Jones, that's going to officially visit Auburn right before National Signing Day on February 5th.
Yep.
So certainly keep your eyes on that. As we mentioned earlier in the show, Aaron Sipas declaring for the NFL Draft will not be back. Auburn had a walk-on backup that never has punted. Bo Nix has punted more than the backup. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but I know Auburn was toying with the idea. Was it maybe the guy from Thompson, the kicker, but having him as a preferred walk-on? He was supposed to be they really liked him as a field goal kicker, but I think he punted as well. I think, if my memory serves. But so that might be an option. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they do next. Does
Bo Nix punt?
Yeah, does Bo Nix punt? I don't know. Does Anders Carlson, can he punt? We'll see. But I'm sure they'll figure
a shot at it.
I'm sure they'll figure something out. On this day, this is January the 8th. 1945, Kentucky set the NCAA record by holding Arkansas State to 6 points in a 75-6 victory. That's an ugly game.
How in the world in college do you only score 6 points?
I mean, good grief. That is just astounding. 75-6. I mean, at some point, do you just go over to the bench and sit down?
Just leave.
Just leave. 1955, Furman sets the NCAA single game record with 154
Who were they
points.
playing?
Furman seems like an odd team to set that record, but
that's right.
Who knows? On this day, 1962, Jack Nicklaus, the great Hall of Fame golfer, 18 majors, made his professional debut, tied for 50th in the Los Angeles Open.
Tied for 50th. Not a very
young Jack.
Not a very foreshadowing start.
No, an inauspicious start for him.
That's right.
But it turned out pretty well. He had a decent career.
Yeah, I would say so.
1972, on this day, the NCAA announced that freshmen would be eligible to play in the fall. Can you imagine? I mean, if that was still a rule today, freshmen could not play.
Do you remember they used to have they used to have freshman teams.
Yeah.
They had freshman games.
Yeah.
They played during the week. That's pretty cool.
It would garner a pretty good crowd today.
Oh, it would garner a huge crowd, don't you? It would.
Why? I mean, what?
A JV game type.
What's the point? Why even not let them play in the beginning? I don't
know. Just think about where it is now.
It makes no sense.
Now you can't get them in there fast enough. Now you're trying to get them in there.
Now they bypass college altogether.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just, who knows? Jake Fromm to the NFL. We get we got that during the break. Does that surprise you?
Which one? You talking about
Jake Fromm to the NFL?
Not really. JJ kind of seemed like that. And I can see what he's saying. He had a chance to come back and have
He's had a very poor finish
I was going
to
to
the
say,
season.
man, it was not very good. I don't think he had a very good season, period.
Yeah.
He struggled all year, and it wasn't just the end of the year. So, I don't know.
On this day, 2000, the Music City Miracle.
Remember that one well.
Remember, what was it? Frank Wycheck, right?
Wycheck.
Was it a lateral?
No. It wasn't.
It was not a lateral.
No, it was a full
They reviewed it.
They review everything. Why did they review the pass interference in the end zone against the Saints, where Rudolph clearly pushed him away? I mean, it's call stands.
Racing. You know what I'm saying? Was it Kevin Dyson ran the kickoff back for a touchdown?
It made it.
Was Kevin Dyson the one that ended up on the 1 yard line?
Yes.
Too? Wow.
Yeah. So karma.
It's a heck of a season.
Karma.
Yeah. Well, maybe so.
Does it always happen to the Bills?
Yeah, it seems.
Why is everything? Look at the Texans this weekend.
They might seem like they're cursed as an NFL franchise. Some might say. But again, they made it to 4 straight Super Bowls. That's something that nobody else has done. So,
but congratulations.
Tim Tebow on this day, 2012, led the Broncos to a playoff win over the Steelers, 29-23 in overtime. One play into overtime, pass to I can't remember the guy's name.
I knew it.
Kid from Georgia Tech, but he ran for like 70, 80 yards for a touchdown. Tim Tebow's got something that a lot of other quarterbacks don't have. He's got a playoff win.
He does.
He
does.
You say what you will. He did. Oh yeah, he was no good in it. Hey, you won a playoff game.
He did win a playoff game.
So, how you like me now?
He's always that's been him his whole career. Proving people wrong.
Yeah.
Showing all the naysayers that I can when you don't think I can. That's just his mantra.
Probably time to give up the baseball career though.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that.
Just
unless you just like playing baseball.
Just be an SEC network analyst.
Yeah, I guess he's doing both. So
well, he is doing both.
That's not a bad life.
No, it's not.
Happy birthday today, posthumously, unfortunately, to Dwight Clark, the catch. Way back. Joe Montana to Dwight Clark in the Super Bowl to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Born on this day, 1957. And Jeff Francoeur, Frenchie, born on this day, 1984.
Braves
you watch a lot of Braves games, right?
Oh, yeah.
How you think he's doing on the broadcast?
Yeah.
He's kind of replaced Joe Simpson.
Yeah.
You think that's an upgrade? Or no?
No.
Joe has gotten a lot of flack for being kind of a old school kind of guy.
What was wrong with Joe Simpson?
I always liked Joe.
I did too.
But apparently a lot of people did not.
Look, man, this world, chatter riders, haters, the world's full of them, man.
Oh, well.
You ain't going to make anybody nowhere near. To try to appease most people, forget it.
No.
You're wasting your time. You can't worry about it.
No, well, that's a good way to look at it. Don't forget, Vanderbilt at the Auburn Arena tonight to take on your number 5 Auburn Tigers. Undefeated. Will that streak continue? Let's hope so. 8 o'clock tonight on the SEC Network. That's going to wrap it up for Brett and I. We'll be back with you tomorrow, same time, same channel. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.
Auburn Blitz is now on the air.